tundra biome, the climate ranges from 10 to 20 degrees Fahrenheit in the summer and -20 to -60 degrees Fahrenheit in the winter. The tundra is the northernmost part of the northern hemisphere, like Canada, Europe, North America, and Asia. Various plants and animals call this harsh ecosystem home, such as polar bears, reindeer, and Arctic foxes. These animals are all consumers of their environment. The most common plant in the tundra is the bearberry. The bearberry, along with Labrador tea plants and lichens, are all producers for this environment. An example of a symbiotic relationship in this biosphere is the relationship of fungus and algae. The fungus is a decomposer and the algae is a producer. The algae produces food for itself and the fungus. In turn, the fungus creates water to avoid dehydration. Three factors that affect population size in this area are birth, death, and the number of immigrants and emigrants. These factors also contribute to the carrying capacity of the ecosystem. The Arctic fox has adapted to their birth and death ratio by having more pups per litter because they know that half the pups will not survive. Abiotic and biotic factors also contribute to the productivity of an ecosystem. Abiotic factors such as weather can impact the survival and growth of certain organisms. Biotic factors such as bacteria and plants can greatly impact the productivity of a habitat or an ecosystem. All ecosystems use sunlight as their energy source. Autotrophs such as plants and algae add oxygen or remove carbon dioxide from the air through the process of photosynthesis, which is the result of exposure to sunlight. Energy flows in one direction throughout the ecosystem. The cycle starts with producers like plants. They obtain energy from the sun and are then eaten by the consumers. The energy from the producers is passed on to the consumers through the food chain. The first trophic level is made up of producers. Then consumers make up the second, third, or higher levels. The higher levels of the food web rely on the lower levels for energy, although only 10% of the energy is transferred to the higher levels. However, matter can be recycled through the carbon cycle and the nitrogen cycle. During the carbon cycle, carbon dioxide from all over the land cycles around the atmosphere until it is absorbed by trees or plants and turned back into oxygen. During the nitrogen cycle, nitrogen from the atmosphere cycles through the soil and the tissues of living organisms. Certain types of bacteria in the soil can convert nitrogen gas into ammonia through nitrogen fixation, and when organisms die, other soil bacteria convert nitrates into nitrogen gas during denitrification. The nutrients created from these processes are essential to all living organisms. In terms of limiting factors of life, deforestation is not an issue for our biome because it contains no trees, but predation, parasitism, and commensalism are contributing factors to population density. Competition occurs when two species try to use the same resources at the same time in the same place. But no two species can occupy the same niche. Competition results in a winner and a loser. The loser fails to survive. Predation is when an organism captures and feeds on the other organism. This process changes the number of certain species in this environment. When parasitism occurs, the parasite benefits and the host is harmed. In commensalism, one only benefits and one species is not helped or harmed, but mutualism, both species benefit from symbiosis. Because of human disturbances such as habitat destruction and pollution, and natural disturbances like weather, they contribute to the changing ecosystem in our biome. These disturbances can lead to the exponential growth of a species of plant or animal. Pollution can cause biomagnification in an ecosystem when toxins from the pollutant reach higher levels of the food chain, destroying that species' biomass. Human activity can reduce biodiversity by habitat destruction, hunting, and introduction of foreign species. Through primary or secondary succession, pioneer species help to restore the damaged habitat after human activity damages or ruins the existing environment.